So, good day everyone. I am Anilin A. Angilay, BE Ed 3. So, for today's discussion, we will be talking about the challenging global landscape and the 21st century skills for teachers. We are in an era of borderless or flat world. So, why? It is because of the technology, you can know the information in a very far place because of the technology. Barriers have been broken by new information and technology. So, technology have a big importance in terms of learning. So, by technology, we can easily access the information. The development of 21st century skills is necessary tools for teachers. So, why? So, it is because without these 21st century skills, no teachers can survive. So, we have to adapt with the latest demand for we should be knowledgeable using the technology. So we have here the new learning environment. So when we say the new learning environment, it is the place where the interaction of the learners among one another with a teacher in the surrounding happen. So the new learning environment characterized by the following. So first is the learner-centered. So when we see the learner-centered, in which the learners choose not only what to study but also how and why that topic might be interest. Next is the new space and borderless. So when we say the new space and borderless, it is students can learn inside in his room or in their house using the Google Meet or Zoom meeting on studying or interacting with his or her classmates or teachers. Enhanced opportunity for creativity and innovation and used ICT. So, the learners can enhance their creativity using the ICT. So, we have here the new learning content. So, with the new learning content, environment, and the explosion of knowledge, content or subject matter of learning has been modified. So, it is due to the current change. So, learning content must also modified. So, from the specific discipline or subject area or subject matter of learning has the following characteristics. First is the integrated or interdisciplinary. So, example, when we are teaching the English subject, we can integrate by introducing grammar and some vocabularies. Next is driven demand and emphasis on learning tools, how to retrieve knowledge and balance of scientific, technology, cultural, global, and local concept. We have here the new process of learning and how this will be facilitated. So, with the advancement in the study of the mind and cognition, various processes of learning evolved with human intervention of teachers and peers as well as non-human intervention of artificial intelligence or AI of robots. With this advancement, different processes of learning and the methods to facilitate this have evolved. These include the idea of multiple ways of learning, which can be mediated by the following. First is the face-to-face. So, when learners and teachers are confined in the same learning space at the same time with the teachers facilitating learning. So, most recently, we are now implementing face-to-face in some school, wherein learners and teachers are confined in the learning space, which is the classroom. The next is the distance learning. So, when teaching learning is mediated by traditional modules in printed or modern technology, online or offline. without the physical presence of the teacher in a virtual class, or it can be synchronous or asynchronous. So when we say synchronous, it is we use technology, or you meet your teacher online, or you can do your assignments or lesson online or offline. Next is the blended modalities. So when we say blended modalities, when teaching and learning is facilitated through face-to-face or distance learning, which enable the teachers and the learners to have both physical presence and physical absence in teaching process. So it is the learning using modular or face-to-face. The last one is the experiential and lifelong. So when we say experiential and lifelong, when the learners are immersed into the real life situation, such as the learning becomes more authentic and meaningful. So the learners are the ones doing in a real scenario. And also we have here the new types of learners. So when we're talking about the new types of learners, so as a future teachers, we have to know the types of learners we meet in the field. So the new breed of learners does not have age boundaries. Learners may be in an informal, formal, or informal setting. So we have here the types of learners. So first is a confident person. So when we say the confident person, it is who thinks independently and critically and who communicate effectively. So they are now the learners confident than before. So the next types of learners is the self-directed and who questions. So when we say self-directed and who questions, it is the learners reflects and takes responsibility for his or own learning. Next types of learners is a concerned citizen. So when we say concerned citizen learners, it is a learners who inform about the world and local affairs, has a strong sense of civic responsibility, and participate actively in improving the lives of others. Next is the member of new generation. So pop culture, different ways thinking and responding. So the types of learners are those coming from diverse background, multicultural and multi-generational, as coming from different age group of lifelong learners. So in order for every learners to address the challenges of century, she has to develop life and career skills, because the life and career skills are enhanced in school as part of the learning outcomes of the learners. So the life and career skills. So we have here the flexibility and adaptability. So learners adapt to various roles, responsibilities, and schedules. Despite of the complex condition, they are able to do the different tasks at one time. Recognition of this potential will give a signal to better teacher to provide all learners to opportunities to develop their individual potential of being adaptable and flexible. Rigidity runs counter of development of these skills. So the learners, they can easily adapt, they can easily adjust the different rules and responsibilities individually. And also we have here the initiative and self-direction. So self-directed learners demonstrate life and career skills. Goals are set, managed by themselves. So these learners, they don't need detailed instructions. They plan and work out their plans. So this is the students or learners that easily set their own career skills and goals independently. Next is the social cross-cultural skills. So this requires learners to respect cultural differences and work effectively with others, to be open-minded to different ideas in order to innovate and improve quality of work. So to be able to appreciate the mores, tradition, history of others, one needs to be open and willing to accommodate and compromise. That's all my part.
The 21st century has brought about significant changes in the global landscape for teachers, impacting their roles, responsibilities, and the way they engage with students. Several key factors have contributed to this transformation, including technological advancements, evolving students' demographics, and changing educational paradigms. First, technological advancement. One of the most notable changes in the global landscape for 21st century teachers is the pervasive influence for technology in education. Teachers are now expected to integrate digital tools and resources into their instructional practices, leveraging technology to enhance learning experiences and cater to diverse learning styles. This shift has redefined the traditional role of teachers as knowledge transmitters to that of facilitators who guide students in navigating a vast amounts of the information available online. Additionally, teachers has enabled new forms of collaboration and communication, allowing teachers to connect with colleagues and experts worldwide, thereby expanding their professional networks and access to resources. Then the next, evolving students' demographics. The demographic composition of students has undergone significant changes in the 21st century, leading to a more diverse classroom environment. Teachers are increasingly required to address the needs of the students from varied culture, linguistic, and socioeconomic background. This necessitates a deep understanding of cultural competence and the implementation of inclusive teaching practices that accommodate diverse perspectives and experiences. Moreover, globalization has facilitated greater interconnectedness among students, requiring teachers to foster global awareness and intercultural competence among their learners. Next, changing educational paradigms. The 21st century has witnessed a shift in educational paradigm towards students-centered learning approaches. Teachers are encouraged to adopt pedagogical strategies that prioritize critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and problem-solving skills over rote memorization and passive learning. This demands a departure from traditional instructional methods toward more interactive and experiential learning opportunities. Furthermore, there is an increasing emphasis on interdisciplinary education and the integration of real-world applications into the curriculum, changing teachers to design innovative learning experiences that bridge academic knowledge with practical relevance. Professional development and lifelong learning. In response to these transformative shifts in the global landscape for teachers, there is a growing recognition of the importance of continuous professional development and lifelong learning. Educators are expected to engage in ongoing training programs that equip them with necessary skills to adapt to evolving educational trends and effectively leverage emerging technologies. Professional development opportunities also focus on enhancing teachers' cultural competence, fostering an inclusive classroom environments, and refining their pedagogical approaches to align with contemporary educational paradigms. In the global landscape for 21st century teachers is marked by profound changes driven by technological advancements, evolving students' demographics, changing educational paradigms, and an increased emphasis on professional development. As educators navigate these shifts, they are challenged to embrace innovation, cultivate cultural competence, and adapt their instructional practices to meet the diverse needs of today's learners, the 21st century learners.